of 2024. Go Rockets!
I'm excited to start medical school. I can't wait to make a positive impact in the communities that I'll get to serve.
With the opportunity to work with and learn from all the incredible faculty and fellow students on our health science campus, it's a great privilege to learn the art of medicine and start along the path to becoming a healer.
I'd say that I'm most excited about working with our incredible faculty and my amazing colleagues to really integrate that individualized clinical care with state-of-the-art medical technology.
And I'm excited to begin medical school because I'm excited to dedicate my life to service.
I am in medical school pursuing a career as a physician because I am passionate about serving, uplifting, and representing my community. I believe in building a healthier, more equitable world, and for me, that journey starts here at the University of Toledo.
I'm excited to start medical school because it'll give me the tools I need to improve patient literacy and advance medicine through research.
So what I think I'm most excited for about starting medical school is the ability to hopefully come out of this a compassionate and empathetic physician who's able to work in underserved communities and really make some changes that I've always wanted to see.
I'm excited for medicine because it gives me the opportunity to serve my community, specifically underserved areas of our population.
I'm excited to start medical school because it'll give me an opportunity to incorporate my passion for the sciences with my desire to improve the human condition.
During these next 4 years, I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you, learning more about the patients we will one day treat, and finally getting to apply our passions and serve the patients in our community.
I hope everyone's enjoying their new white threads today. Looking forward to 4 more years with you guys. Go Rockets!
I'm looking forward to medical school because I'll be learning the material and gaining the skills necessary to be a good physician.
I'm surrounded by some of the best classmates and doctors anyone could ever ask for, so I'm beyond excited to get into these next 4 years with such an awesome community.
I'm very excited to learn all of this material, dive right into the clinical skills, and learn everything that's going to help me become an amazing physician.
I chose the University of Toledo because it would be an honor for me to be a servant of my people, the people of Toledo.
I was born and raised in Toledo, and the city has given me so much to be thankful for. So I'm excited to be able to give back to this community as a current medical student now and eventually as a future physician.
Growing up, I've always been interested in medicine, from watching my mom be an excellent physician to going on medical mission trips to third world countries and finally earning my way into starting medical school in my hometown.
I'm really excited to be back home learning how to care for and treat the community that I hold so deeply to my heart.
And it's an honor to be at UT Med School because Toledo is home. I look forward to giving back to my community through medicine.
I'm super excited to be back in my hometown and to be a part of the class of 2024. I'm really grateful for the wonderful faculty and staff that we have here at UT and the amazing student leaders in all the classes that are really guiding us along our journey to MD. Can't wait.
And I just wanted to say thank you to my mom, my dad, my sister Allie, and my grandparents.
And the biggest thanks for my family, my sisters, my mother, and for my hardworking dad who worked very hard for me to get here. He supported me mentally and financially, and I couldn't have done it without him and without everybody else.
I also really want to take this time to thank some really amazing mentors, physicians, teachers, friends, and most importantly family that have been there every step of the way and encouraged me to get to where I am today. So thank you.
I definitely would not be here without the constant support from my friends and family, and I especially want to thank my wonderful parents for being my #1 fans while I pursue my dreams.
I wanted to thank my family and friends for all their support these last few years. I really couldn't have done this without you, so thank you so much, especially to my parents for always believing in me.
I would also like to thank everyone who stood by me and continues to stand by me. Thank you very much.
I would also like to thank my family, who has been so supportive of me over the years.
And I really just want to thank my family, friends, and mentors that have helped me along the way to get to where I am today.
It's truly because of your continuous support, your never-ending compassion, and your unconditional love that I'm where I am today.
Congratulations again to the class of 2024.
I wouldn't be complete without a shout out to my mom and dad. Finally made it into medical school. You guys can stop worrying now. And yeah, it's just one more step closer to my dream. Couldn't be happier. Go Rockets.
Good afternoon. Everyone, please stand for the national anthem. On behalf of the faculty and the staff of the University of Toledo's College of Medicine and Life Sciences, I am honored to preside over today's commencement exercises. It is with great pleasure that I welcome the graduates, families, and friends to your graduation. All of us are here today to recognize your achievements. Would all the members of the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences class of 2024 please stand to be recognized? You may be seated. Thank you and congratulations. Audience, these ladies and gentlemen have done remarkable things in science, education, and patient care. Some, through diligent efforts in the research lab, have presented their scientific accomplishments in prestigious national meetings and have published in nationally recognized journals. Other students have tutored their peers. Students in other programs volunteered with school children in our neighborhood. The College of Medicine and Life Sciences students contribute to thousands of hours of peer tutoring, creating a culture of collaboration. Our students have also learned to care and have cared for people locally and around our entire world. These students before you have volunteered countless hours in the Community Cares Clinic, and we have seen them in action in the clinic, the operating room, and at the bedside in Toledo, and on medical missions in the developing world. Ladies and gentlemen, they are well prepared for a world that needs talented, hardworking, and prepared adults who will discover solutions to the world's needs through research, who will educate other people, and will provide care for all people. To further their training, many of today's graduates will soon transition into residency training programs, postdoctoral training laboratories, educational institutions, hospitals, industry, and governmental agencies locally in our community and throughout our nation. They will be joining our alumni, who are prominent teachers and clinicians and scientists and administrators in the worlds of medicine and science here in the United States and around our world. Many individuals whose effort have resulted in the successful institution of which we are so proud are with us today. The University of Toledo is blessed with a tremendous support from our Board of Trustees, and it's my distinct pleasure to recognize several of these board members, including Dr. Eleanor Awadala, Mr. Zach Isaac, and Dr. Thomas Wakefield, who are with us today. Will you please stand to be recognized? Thank you for your support for our university and our College of Medicine and Life Sciences. Next, I am truly honored to recognize Dr. Gregory Postal, the 19th president of the University of Toledo, who will be responsible for conferring your degrees today. Dr. Postal, please stand to be recognized. I would also like to extend a very special welcome to our honorary degree recipient and today's commencement speaker, Dr. Patrice A. Harris. Would you please stand? Thank you. Certainly, one of the reasons for the success of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences is the contribution of our academic and clinical partners. We have our own hospital, UTMC. We have our local partner, ProMedica, and we have global affiliates around the world. These institutions and preceptors willingly accept our students and do an excellent job of educating them. Thank you for all the support and essential collaboration that you provide in the education of our students. I would now also like to ask all of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences faculty members and the leadership team in the college and in the hospital to stand and be recognized for your efforts in the education of our graduates. Special recognition goes to Dr. Jennifer Hill, Chair of the College of Medicine Faculty Council, who is Grand Marshal for the procession for today's ceremony. Thank you. Graduation is truly a team effort, and I would also like to ask all of the individuals, the faculty, the staff, the students, and the volunteers who have worked to plan and to perform today's commencement exercises. Please stand and be recognized for your efforts. Finally, it is my distinct pleasure to take a moment on this special day to recognize yet one more group of special heroes, in fact, unsung heroes, without whom we couldn't do this. A group of individuals who worked selflessly to provide cheer and support, to offer judgment and counsel, and to be there when needed, whether it was a moment of sadness or joy. Would the parents, spouses, partners, and children of the graduates please stand to be recognized? Thanks and congratulations to all of you. We also welcome our invited speakers for the commencement ceremony. These individuals will be sharing with you their personal views and do not represent the views of the University of Toledo. It is now my pleasure to ask Dr. President Postal to come to the podium to provide a greeting from the university.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cooper, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the class of 2024. We are thankful to have so many excited graduates, proud parents, family members and friends, and dedicated faculty and staff who have joined us here today or who are tuning in virtually to make this a celebration to remember for our graduates. Today marks a major milestone, one that our graduates, their families, and our faculty have long awaited. It is a day to celebrate a personal achievement, the rewards of much studying, and the many opportunities that your degree from the Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences brings. I want to thank our graduates for choosing the University of Toledo to help prepare you for your future success. We are honored to celebrate this day with you and your loved ones. We are proud of your successes to date, and we look forward to your future accomplishments. I want to recognize the faculty, advisors, staff, and mentors who have supported the achievements we are celebrating today. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to our students, your wisdom, your real-world patient care experience, and your ongoing pursuit of innovative research that is a critical component in ensuring that the University of Toledo students reach their full potential. Specifically, I would like to thank Dr. Cooper, who has led our College of Medicine and Life Sciences since 2014 and is presiding over his 10th commencement ceremony today. We appreciate your leadership. You are not only a dedicated clinician, teacher, and medical researcher, but you are a trusted colleague and advocate for your faculty and a passionate supporter of our medical students. Thank you. I would also like to take a moment to recognize all of the special people in your support systems, whether they are your parents and friends, a spouse or partner, children, siblings, or grandparents. To all of the individuals who have supported you, I want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out to your graduate to offer advice, to cheer them on when times were difficult, for listening when they needed encouragement, and for boosting their confidence when they doubted themselves. And to our graduates, congratulations. As you move forward, ready to tackle your next adventure as our newest Toledo alumni, please know that all of us in Rocket Nation are supporting your success. As a Toledo graduate, you are part of a network of more than 171,000 proud alumni around the world, helping to fulfill our mission of improving the human condition. Wherever life takes you, know that you are always welcomed home to your University of Toledo. You are ready for whatever the future brings, and I can't wait to see what you'll do next. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Postal. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Sharon Thomas, the University of Toledo College of Medicine class of 2010 and Pediatric Residency class of 2013. Dr. Thomas went on to complete a fellowship in critical care medicine at Loma Linda Children's Hospital in California. She returned to Toledo in 2016 to join the Pediatric Intensivist Group at ProMedica Russell J. Ebides Children's Hospital. Since then, she's been involved in both undergraduate and graduate medical education and is the director for the Pediatric Residency Training Program. She is an active member of professional and community organizations and several committees within the College of Medicine and Life Sciences and at Ebide Children's Hospital.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper, and good afternoon to you all. Thank you for the privilege to speak on behalf of the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences Alumni Affiliate. On behalf of Dr. Mary Jo Tamburino, President of the Alumni Affiliate, we extend our congratulations to all the graduates and to the individuals who have helped you reach this milestone. We are also excited to welcome all of today's graduates as the newest members of our alumni affiliate. Alumni are among an institution's most precious assets, and you are joining the ranks of over 9,000 alumni from the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences who are making a difference in communities across the country and around the world. Graduates, medicine is dynamic. You will encounter challenges which you are well prepared to face. You will have opportunities to utilize advances in science to address disparities in healthcare and move toward health equity for all. You will be able to leverage and improve technology to enhance how we prevent disease and treat people better. Our affiliate members have witnessed your passion and compassion. You will not be able to heal every patient, and sometimes the external factors can be overwhelming. But let me remind you to remember why you came to medical school and to let the desire to improve the human condition be your beacon when practicing medicine is hard. The healing profession is a team effort. Be kind to your staff, your colleagues, your families, and yourself. Today, the College of Medicine and Life Sciences Alumni Affiliate is pleased to present each of our graduates with a gift. Each of the graduating physicians will receive a stethoscope. The graduating doctoral candidates will receive a hand-blown glass paperweight produced right here in Toledo, the glass capital of the world. And master's candidates will receive a custom padfolio. In addition, all of you graduating today receive a complimentary one-year membership to the University of Toledo Alumni Association. In closing, the alumni of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences applaud you for all you have achieved, as well as all you are destined to achieve. You make us proud. The University of Toledo Alumni Association and the College of Medicine and Life Sciences Alumni Affiliate look forward to developing a lifelong relationship with you and will continue to support you throughout your career. Godspeed and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thomas. One of the traditions of commencement is the awarding of honorary degrees in recognition of persons for outstanding contributions to their professions and to society as a whole. Today, we have the honor of bestowing an honorary degree to a distinguished individual who has made a remarkable contribution to the health of our country. President Postal, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Patrice A. Harris, a psychiatrist, visiting professor, county public health director, and strong patient advocate. Dr. Harris is the CEO and co-founder of eMed, a digital healthcare company. She is a board-certified psychiatrist from Atlanta, Georgia, and has diverse experience as a private practicing physician, a county public health director, and a patient advocate. She has also served as the 174th president of the American Medical Association and the first African American woman elected to that position. She is a visiting professor at the Columbia University Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons and serves as Chief Health and Medical Editor of EverydayHealth.com. Dr. Harris received a Doctor of Medicine degree from West Virginia University. She also completed her psychiatry residency and fellowships in child and adolescent psychiatry and forensic psychiatry at Emory School of Medicine. Dr. Harris served on the AMA Board of Trustees from 2011 through 2021 and chaired the board in 2016 and 17. She led the AMA's efforts to address the opioid epidemic and served as chair of the Opioid Task Force from its inception in 2014 through 2021. Dr. Harris led the task force as it worked across every state to eliminate barriers to treatment, to provide patients with access to affordable, non-opioid pain care, and fight the stigma faced by those who suffer from substance use disorder. Beyond her work in the American Medical Association, Dr. Harris has held positions of leadership at the American Psychiatric Association, the Georgia Psychiatric Physicians Association, the Medical Association of Georgia, and the Big Cities Health Coalition, where she chaired the forum composed of leaders from America's largest metropolitan health departments. Dr. Harris grew up in Bluefield, West Virginia, and dreamt of entering medicine at a time when few women of color were encouraged to become physicians. She spent her formative years at West Virginia University, first entering a bachelor's degree in psychology, and then a master's degree in counseling psychology, and ultimately her medical degree. It was during this time that her passion for helping children emerged, and she completed her psychiatric residency and fellowships in child and adolescent psychiatry and forensic psychiatry at Emory. She has also served as the Senior Policy Fellow at the Barton Child Law and Policy Center at Emory University School of Law. Dr. Harris is a highly sought-after speaker at national and international conferences and has given invited lectures and presentations on COVID-19, children's mental health, childhood trauma, integration of mental health into overall health services, health equity, health policy, and the intersection of athletics and health. She's also been a guest expert on multiple national radio and television networks. Dr. Harris has received numerous awards in recognition of her service and leadership. President Postal, it is now my distinct honor to present to you Dr. Patrice Harris.
Dr. Harris, we are honored to have you with us today. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, in recognition of your outstanding contributions and your service to humanity. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Postal and Dean Cooper. To the members of the Platform Party, distinguished guests, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished members of the Academy, the class of 2024, the distinguished class of 2024, thank you and good afternoon. I stand before you today with great humility, and I am honored beyond measure by your invitation to serve as your 2024 commencement speaker. Today is a joyous occasion. The ceremony, the pomp and circumstance, the regalia, it's an opportunity to cherish and celebrate the culmination of a lot of hard work, dedication, and commitment. But graduates, members of the class of 2024, I want to encourage you to be in the moment, be present, take it all in. There will be time to worry about the move across town or across the country, board exams, career opportunities, and other obligations. But for today, be in the moment. And remember that each and every one of you is worthy of this celebration. So congratulations, graduates, and congratulations, as has already been noted, to all of the important people in your lives: moms, dads, grandparents, aunties, spouses, significant others, family by birth and by choice, who have stood by you, supported you, listened to you, strengthened you, and yes, maybe even cried with you as you have been on your journeys. Now, not so long ago, well, maybe a little bit longer than I care to admit, I was sitting where you are. And I can vividly remember the excitement, the fear, the apprehension, and the doubt I felt at the beginning or at this point of my medical journey. But I was hoping that one day I might fulfill the promise that so many helped me achieve. And I can tell you that it has been a challenging, difficult, wonderful, exhilarating journey. And I don't regret a moment, because I have had the opportunity to learn so many lessons along the way. And so I want to take a brief time. I promise you, as people promise you that they'll be brief and then they go on for an hour. Not going to be me today. But I just wanted to take a brief moment to share with you some of the lessons that I've learned along the way, in hopes that maybe in moments of challenge in the future, you will carry them. You'll remember, Dr. Harris said this. And so I hope again to impart a little wisdom. But first, I want to start with a story a friend of mine once shared. We were in college at West Virginia University together, and he was sharing that his nephew came in at the end of his kindergarten year and proudly announced that he did not need to go on to the first grade, as he had learned everything he needed to know in kindergarten. Now, he had given this a lot of thought. He had learned his ABCs, he had learned how to take turns, and he had learned how to share. So this was quite some time ago, but I imagine that if that same person came home today, it would be #kindergarten, #I'm done. But digging deeper, there was some wisdom in his pronouncement, if you think about it. The ABCs are foundational for reading. And by reading, and you know this, we expand our knowledge in our chosen profession, but we open ourselves to so much more, to so many opportunities to learn and deepen our knowledge about ourselves, about one another, about the world. Taking turns is foundational in demonstrating concern and care and respect for others, in believing that everyone deserves an opportunity. Learning how to share is the acknowledgement that others matter. Now, I will admit I'm an only child, and I had a little bit of problem with sharing when I was young, but I eventually, with some good grandmamas and lots of cousins, learned how to share. So learning how to share is, again, acknowledging that others matter and that it's not all about me. So reading and knowledge seeking, taking turns, and sharing are without a doubt valuable life lessons. I won't say who, but I think some folks forgot to learn those lessons in kindergarten. But that said, I am glad that members of the class of 2024, you decided to further your education a little bit beyond kindergarten. Each of you has had a unique journey here today. And like most people I know, and like me, your journey likely included successes and setbacks, triumph and trials. But that's okay. Through struggle comes perspective, and with triumph comes privilege and opportunity, and hopefully opportunities to learn and share what we've learned with others. So here's my message to you today. I call these my things to put on your to-do list, okay? The first is, and you've already been this, but be curious. Continue to be curious. And by the way, here's where those ABCs come in handy. As much as you have already read, read more. Read your medical journals, read your textbooks, read your journal articles, but read outside of healthcare. Again, read books and articles by authors that perhaps you've not known about or learned about. Read more. Commit to being a lifelong learner, again, within and external to your profession. Be open and willing to learn about others who don't look like you, live near you, worship like you, or believe what you believe. Continue to develop your critical thinking skills and your capacity for discernment. And I just want to put a star by this, because we are living in a world replete with misinformation and disinformation, particularly in the medical and health sciences. And unfortunately, there is no way that we can respond to every lie, every bit of misinformation and disinformation. Believe me, I tried. During my time as president of the American Medical Association, which happened to be at the beginning of the pandemic. But what we can do is further develop and use our critical thinking skills and capacity for discernment to suss out what is fact, and then serve as a trusted voice in our roles as leaders in medicine and health sciences. Be open to intergenerational learning. There is so much we can learn from one another. Sometimes I think we forget that no one generation has the market cornered on wisdom. Now, I'll be the first to admit I can be an old fogey, and some of you probably have said, okay, boomer, just maybe even something I've said or done today. But let us commit to bi-directional, intergenerational learning. And you are the generation, and I think we're going to continue to learn so much from you, that had to persevere. Many of you begin your medical school years through the uncharted territory of a global pandemic. And so the rest of us, and I'm going to make sure that I bring along the other old fogies and boomers, the rest of us must commit to learning from you and supporting you as you continue your educational journey. Develop a strategic mindset. Now listen, it would be kind of fun, as much as we all would like to go around saying everything we want to say whenever we want to say it. Remember to appreciate the long view. Pick your moments for the times when your words and your deeds are likely to have the most impact. You know, you heard that I was involved with policy. And right after residency training, I fancied myself a lobbyist at the Georgia General Assembly. You know, I'm a doctor and I have the facts and the data. And one of my colleagues, my mentor, in fact, who was a lobbyist, said, and one day I was sort of strutting around, you know, with my chest out, with my facts and all the knowledge, and she said, do you want to be perceived as right, or do you want to win the battle? So have a strategic mindset as you fight and face the many challenges ahead. Say yes. Opportunities will come your way that may take you out of your comfort zone. For me, that's happened many times, but most recently when I was asked if I would like to lead a digital health company in the middle of the COVID pandemic. And I thought, I don't know how to be a CEO, but here's what I knew. I knew technology was here and coming, and if we want to make sure that technology impacts our ability to take care of patients in a positive way, then we have to be involved. So I said yes. That said, no is a complete sentence. Setting boundaries is self-care. Remember that you have agency as to who you allow in your lives, and you have agency to set expectations for how others engage with you. Be self-aware. We all must be willing to challenge our own assumptions, get out of our bubbles, take that occasional look in the mirror, and hold ourselves to account and self-correct. We have to do this with intention. Just as our autocorrect on our smartphones is at times unreliable, how many of you have been embarrassed by what your autocorrect will say? We have to put in the work and self-correct when we need to do so. Here's one. Please remember this one. When someone insists on having a hyperbolic either-or argument with you, or they want to engage with you in a lazy headline, talking points conversation, run. 2 things can be true. In fact, 10 things can be true. If we really want to get to meaningful solutions with the challenges within healthcare and external to healthcare, conversations require perspective, nuance, and context. Embrace the yuck. A failure is not permanent. A failure does not define you. As humans, we make mistakes, we are fallible. It's a big cliche, I know you've heard it before, but there are learning opportunities in the yuck. I can tell you, I have learned some of my most valuable lessons in the midst of my yucky moment. So try not to miss those opportunities and embrace the yuck. Be courageous. Notice that I didn't say be fearless. Fear is a normal human emotion from which we cannot escape. But even in the face of fear, we can act courageously. We can act and speak up for things that we believe in. Identify a couple of things that are awe-inspiring to you. Now, I'm a little bit of an awe nerd, and I find awe in many things, but I'll share 2. The first is a beautiful sunrise. I've had the wonderful privilege of seeing the sunrise from planes, trains, and automobiles from below sea level to above the clouds. And I remind myself of the wondrous nature of a sunrise every single time. And another one, medical school graduates, you're going to have to probably, and my physician colleagues are going to have to explain this one a little bit later, but the other one for me is proprioception. That is the body's ability to sense movement, action, and location. I can button the back of my blouse. I'm in awe of that. And that brings me to a sense of gratitude, because I know that probably in the not too distant future, I might not be able to reach back and button my blouse. And I know that there are others who don't have that capacity now. But please find something that you marvel at, that's awe-inspiring, and hang on to that. And practice gratitude. I don't always succeed, but I try to start each day with a moment of gratitude and say what I'm grateful for waking up that day or something that happened to me the day before. And finally, be you. You are enough. At the beginning of my remarks, I noted that you are worthy of this moment, and I urge you to carry that forward, which will not always be easy, because there are many people who will try to convince you that you are unworthy. But carry my message forward with you today, that you are worthy. Each of you brings unique abilities, your experiences, your character to bear. Always stay true to that. Bring all of who you are to your work on behalf of patients and improving health and scientific knowledge in our world. And I encourage each and every one of you to live the life that's meaningful to you. No one gets to define how you live your life. And so live a life that's meaningful to you. And always endeavor to stand in your authentic voice. The night I was inaugurated as president of the AMA, I noted that I would bring all of who I was into that role: a psychiatrist, a native West Virginian, an ATLian, an African American, and a woman. I'm not one of those. I am authentically all of those. And again, each of you should always endeavor to stand in your authentic voice. So class of 2024, as you embark on the next phase of your journey, remember, in those difficult moments, in the days where there will be challenges, just remember to put one foot in front of the other, and I know that you will leave this world a healthier place. Congratulations, class of 2024. You got this, and thank you very much.
All right. We will now begin the presentation of candidates for degrees and certificates. Dr. Candace Williams, who is the Senior Associate Dean for the College of Medicine and Life Sciences graduate programs, and Dr. Randall Worth, Senior Associate Dean for Student Affairs Admissions, will present the degrees for the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences class of 2024, followed by President Gregory Postal, who will then confer the degrees. Each graduate, starting with the recipient of graduate degrees and certificates, will be invited to come forward to the stage on my left. My left. After graduates receive their diploma cases and congratulations, you are asked to return to your seat and be seated. Dr. Williams and Dr. Worth.
Will all the candidates for graduate degrees please stand and remain standing? Dr. Postal, it is my great pleasure to present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Science and Master of Science in Biomedical Science.
Will all the candidates for medical degrees please stand and remain standing? Dr. Postal, it's my great pleasure to present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Medicine and other combined degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all of these qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of that degree and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto, and the obligations of the duties and responsibilities of the profession. The doctoral graduates may now move their tassels from the back left of their mortarboards to the front left side. And the master's graduates may now move their tassels from the back right of the mortarboard to the back left side of the mortarboard.
Medical degree graduates, please be seated. Dr. Postal, Dr. Cooper, faculty, parents, and guests, the College of Graduate Studies at the University of Toledo enjoys an excellent tradition in 33 doctoral programs, 84 master's degrees in 10 colleges across the university. In addition to PhD and master's degrees, UT also offers 7 professional doctorate degrees and 10 professional master's degrees. Today, 21 students will be graduating from 5 different graduate programs in the College of Medicine and Life Sciences. The recipients for the degree of degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Science and Master of Science in Biomedical Science will have their hoods placed by their designated hooders, Dr. Ivana de la Serna, Associate Professor in the Department of Cell and Cancer Biology, and Dr. Nicole Dominiak, Associate Professor of Pathology. At this time, we invite these students to approach the stage. The College of Medicine's doctoral program in biomedical sciences began in 1975. It now trains students to become independent research scientists in the fields of cancer biology, neuroscience and neurological disorders, medical microbiology and immunology, molecular medicine, and bioinformatics. Would the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Science please come forward to be hooded, recognized, and receive congratulations.
Dr. Iluja Gautam. Dr. Mitchell Harberson, hooded by Dr. Jennifer Hill.
Please join me in congratulating these newly minted PhDs. The Master of Science in Biomedical Science program in the College of Medicine and Life Sciences currently offers advanced study in 14 different areas of concentration. Would the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Science please come forward to be hooded, recognized, and receive congratulations.
Prince B. Ababio. Afia Pokua Amoa. Ana Anyam Afa. Talon O. Arve. Evan Michael Benson. Sydney Aleda Lasley Bibbs. Vanessa F. Boloy. Alexis Paige Brewster. Camille Lynette Brown. Sarah Castle. Emily R. Crossley. Khalil Eldari. Sandra Eldare. Malaya Martin. Anushri A. Menon. Darren Sebastian Miller. Adam Rowan Minier. Daria Morowski. Samhita Nair. Inkirika A. Okiki Ojidu.
please join me in congratulating these master's degree recipients. And Dr. Cooper, that concludes the presentation of candidates for graduate degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. At this time, I would like to call upon Dr. Justin Creedon to give the graduate student commencement speech. Dr. Creedon is this year's outstanding student in the Doctor of Philosophy and Biomedical Sciences program. Dr. Creedon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Justin Creedon. I'm an MD PhD student here at the University of Toledo, College of Medicine and Life Sciences. I completed my PhD in biomedical science with the Department of Cancer Biology and the Department of Neurosciences. Next month, I begin residency at the University of California, San Diego with my wife and fellow MD PhD peer, Kate Becker. Kate and I met at the University of Michigan while we were pursuing bachelor's degrees in cultural anthropology. We are lucky to have trained side by side for over a decade. She is my best friend, my strongest champion, and the love of my life. We are looking forward to the next chapter of our adventure. I know that many of you are also moving on to the next exciting chapter of your own stories. I hope that you all enjoy the same level of love and support that I've been fortunate enough to receive from my friends and family, some of whom are with us today. My adopted sister, Sarah, my brothers, Tyler and Evan, my mother, Lisa, my father, Greg. They have all supported and inspired me. Words cannot convey my appreciation and love. Nonetheless, I would like to briefly try. Sarah, thank you for your selflessness. Tyler, thank you for your kindness. Evan, thank you for your spirit and humor. Mom, thank you for being a constant source of love. Dad, thank you for modeling the type of man I hoped to become. I've learned more from my family and friends than 1,000 years of formal education could ever bestow. I know that this is true for many of us here today. Today, we celebrate our accomplishments and we celebrate our futures. I've been a graduate student or a medical student at the College of Medicine and Life Sciences for 8 years. During that time, I've had the privilege of interacting with many different peer groups, all composed of intelligent, high-achieving individuals committed to the betterment of themselves and their communities. This graduating class shares those same characteristics, but they also have something special, something different. They actively challenge authority and they fight for what they think is right. I've witnessed many of them stand up for what they believe in. They are fiercely and vocally strong advocates for the change that they wish to see within the scientific and medical communities. They have talked truth to power, and they have championed causes that are just and fair. They continue to challenge those with more influence, more security, and more resources. When the stakes have been the highest, this class has demonstrated their integrity and their resolve by remaining true to their own ideals and principles. They are self-empowering, and they are brave. It's this that makes me so happy to be a part of the graduating class of 2024. It's this that makes me excited about our future. I think it's a lot easier to live with integrity when you are in a position of privilege. It's much more difficult when you are fighting an uphill battle as a student at the bottom of the professional hierarchy. But fight these students have. I'm referencing the pandemic to some degree, but really I'm referencing so much more than that. There have been so many changes during this class's pursuit of their degrees. Giant changes to testing paradigms, significant global, regional, and local political shifts, changing tools and leaderships and philosophies. When it was the most difficult and when they had the most to lose, I have seen my peers challenge the status quo and champion the interests of their patients advocate powerfully for their communities, stand up for themselves, and protect the welfare of those in need. When they had to balance the burdens of exams and disadvantageous power dynamics and inadequate financial support and unpaid internships and under-resourced political infrastructure, when the climate was the least accepting of feedback and the most demanding, when the stakes were the highest, the students in front of me still stood up for what they felt was right. They still fought against injustice even when those perpetrating that injustice were also the ones in positions of greatest power. This is not a thinly veiled condemnation of our institution. Even when students and administrators here do not see eye to eye, as is inevitable in any growing, changing, evolving system, our school's leadership and administrative teams are often those fighting alongside us for positive change. The University of Toledo has given us an excellent education and is staffed by many compassionate and capable individuals. We have all of us, students, staff, administrators, professors, local community members, supportive friends and family, all of us have contributed to making our medical and scientific educations truly world-class. Our institution's reputation continues to grow, and for good reason. This year, we are sending graduates to some of the most competitive and coveted positions in the country. When I speak of fighting the powers that be, I'm speaking more of an increasingly challenging socio-political ecosystem with crumbling public support systems, increasingly overburdened healthcare resources, and an imbalance between that which is right and that which is profitable, easy, or self-serving. I speak of a broader fight to collectively maintain peace of mind and wellness. I have seen countless members of this graduating class demonstrate integrity in the most demanding of circumstances. Now they are finally being given degrees and titles and official positions. Their opinions and perspectives will be given more weight, more influence, and more reach. They will continue the battles they started when they were students, the battles against discrimination, short-sightedness, selfishness, corruption, injustice. They will realize more and more victories, and they will do more and more good. I'm exceedingly proud to graduate with peers such as you. I'm honored to be a member of your class, and I look forward to seeing you all continue to shine and thrive and fight for the betterment of our communities, to continue our collective mission to improve the human condition. Thank you, my peers, for inspiring me to be a better scientist, a better healthcare provider, and a better human being. Enjoy this day. You've earned it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Creedon. At this time, we will award the Doctor of Medicine degrees. Dr. Randy Worth, Senior Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Admissions, will introduce the degree candidates. Dr. Worth.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Of the Doctor of Medicine candidates who are graduating today, 10 of the students have completed an additional 1 to 4 years of education at the graduate level, and thus will receive a dual MD and graduate degree or certificate. Dr. Amira Gohara, professor in the Department of Pathology and Dean Emerita of the College of Medicine, and Dr. Cora Mattis, Associate Dean for Clinical Undergraduate Medical Education, were selected by the graduating class for the honor of hooding the graduates. The dual MD-PhD program is a rigorous course of study consisting of full medical school preclinical and clinical requirements, in addition to graduate study and research, in one of 4 interdisciplinary tracks aligned with disease processes. I will now announce the recipients of the degree of Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Catherine Becker, being hooded by Dr. Jason Schroeder. Dr. Justin Creedon, being hooded by Dr. Catherine Becker. Dr. Sarah Moore, being hooded by Dr. Rachel Moore. The MD-MBA program is a 5-year program offered in partnership with the College of Medicine and Life Sciences and the College of Business and Innovation. The integrated MD-MBA program is designed to train physicians who are committed to becoming lifelong learners and lifelong leaders in medicine and healthcare administration. I will now announce the recipients of the dual degrees of Doctor of Medicine and Master of Business Administration. Dr. Nijat Chediak is being hooded by Dr. Tarek Chediak. Dr. Vida Gokula is being hooded by Dr. Murthy Gokula. Dr. Connor Lombardi. Dr. Kashvi Patel is being hooded by Dr. Mrudu Kathari. Dr. Benjamin Record. The University of Toledo offers a competitive year-long fellowship in pathology between the 2nd and 3rd years of medical school, in which students take courses leading to the graduate certificate in pathology, while also completing clinical training in anatomical, clinical, and forensic pathology, while teaching pathology to 2nd-year medical students. I will now announce the recipients of the dual Doctor of Medicine degree and graduate certificate in pathology. Dr. Amanda Fahori is being hooded by Dr. Rania Fahori. Dr. Stephanie Razaya is being hooded by Dr. Amira Gohara. Congratulations to our dual degree graduates. The next step in the path that these MD graduates must take to practice medicine in the United States is entering an accredited residency program, which is known as graduate medical education. As detailed in the commencement program, the graduates have chosen to pursue the residency in medical specialties across the country. Some of the MD graduates will be pursuing specialized research fellowships prior to entering the residency training. Would the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine please come forward to be hooded, recognized, and receive congratulations. Audience, I would ask to please hold your applause until all of the graduates have been hooded, and then we'll have a celebration. Dr. Molly Adams. Dr. Oralura Afon. hooded by Dr. Tope Afan. Dr. Harsh Agrawal, hooded by Dr. Matthew Durst. Dr. Dalia Altershan, hooded by Dr. Abdallah Altershan. Dr. Anya Amin, hooded by Dr. Artie Amin. Dr. Ganaru Ananike, hooded by Dr. Emmanuel Ananike. Dr. Jihad Ayun. Dr. Braden Arnold, hooded by Dr. Todd Arnold. Dr. Rebecca Ann Asher, hooded by Dr. Joel Kameyer. Dr. Audrey Eileen Henning Ballard, hooded by Dr. Brendan Ballard. Dr. Danielle Barnes, hooded by Dr. Kimberly Jenkins. Dr. Gavin H. Bennett. Dr. Lene Chantal House. Dr. Abhinav Bansal, hooded by Dr. Gobind Garg. Dr. Titus Bera, hooded by Dr. Tapan Bera. Dr. Alexandra Ruth Mattis Best, hooded by Dr. Coral Mattis. Dr. Travis Breggy, hooded by Dr. David Breggy. Dr. Kim S. Brown, hooded by Dr. Susan Torner. Dr. Brooke Buckingham, hooded by Dr. George Buckingham. Dr. Grace J. Burkett, hooded by Dr. Mark Burkett. Dr. Anna Maria Butcher. Dr. Tyler John Canova. Dr. Jennifer N. Caudle. Dr. Timothy G. Chrisman. Dr. David Zhang Chu. Dr. Marilee Cha Klunk, hooded by Dr. Awais Khan. Dr. Caitlin M. Connor. Dr. Zachary C. Cox. Dr. Vihan De Silva. Dr. Abdo M. Durgam, hooded by Dr. Bashar Durgam. Dr. Catalin Dragomirescu, hooded by Dr. Madison Brown. Dr. Elena Celeste Durden. Dr. Jeremy Eade, hooded by Dr. Joseph Eade. Dr. Hedia Elahenia, hooded by Dr. Muhammad Elahenia. Dr. Merlinda Linda Elmazi, hooded by Dr. Istraf Sabani. Dr. Julia Marie Evans. Dr. Madison Delight Feely, hooded by Dr. Emma Likens. Dr. Tyler L. Fish. Dr. Benjamin Michael Gastier, hooded by Dr. Elise Gastier. Dr. Alyssa Gehring, hooded by Dr. Samantha Acauer. Dr. Matthew D. Geiger, hooded by Dr. Douglas Geiger. Dr. Caleb Dylan Gerber, hooded by Dr. Michael Gerber. Dr. Wesley Gurman. Dr. Connor S. Gifford. Dr. Adam M. Gierman, hooded by Dr. Robert Gierman. Dr. Taylor Ann Gonzalez, hooded by Dr. Michael Gonzalez. Dr. Miriam Schaefer Polikoff Grasso, hooded by Dr. Paula Schaefer Polikoff. Dr. Allison P. Grimm, hooded by Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Walter Grashevsky, Jr. Dr. Jenna Gunn. Dr. Sean Joseph Halloran, hooded by Dr. Shannon Gradert. Dr. Prajwal Hegde. Dr. Jordan C. Hennemeyer. Dr. Brian Robert Hibbard, hooded by Dr. Shirley Bodai. Dr. Christopher Huffman, hooded by Dr. Deborah Pratt. I'm sorry. Dr. Jonathan James Hunyadi, hooded by Dr. James Hunyadi. Dr. Daniel E. Hutcherson. Dr. Rebecca June Hutcherson. Dr. Isabel Igo. Dr. Fariel Irfan, hooded by Dr. Irfan Fazil. Dr. Christopher Jackson, hooded by Dr. Kimberly Jenkins. Dr. Chad Michael Jenke, hooded by Dr. Michael E. Oliver. Dr. Bhagirashri Jambunathan, hooded by Dr. Parvathi Sivaramakrishnan. Dr. Alexa Hame, hooded by Dr. Juan Jaume. Dr. Jordan Lee Jones. Dr. Julia A. Calbas. Dr. Conrad Rudolph Catterley, hooded by Dr. Paul Catterley. Dr. Darpin Carr, hooded by Tsuela Lamai. Dr. Sarah Grace Kearney. Dr. Miles Rexford Keener, hooded by Dr. Victoria Kim. Dr. Andrew Kelly. Dr. Sabrina Cooter, hooded by Dr. Sadiq Cooter. Dr. Caitlin Kilmurray, hooded by Dr. Mary Fitzgibbon. Dr. Joshua Kim. Dr. Brian Paul Kistler. Dr. Kyle Lawrence Knapp. Dr. Carolyn Kraft. Dr. Heron Kwok. Dr. Michelle M. Leahy, hooded by Dr. Mark DeMonte. Dr. Anderson Chen Lee, hooded by Dr. Li Shen Emily Chen. Dr. Jonathan C. Lin. Dr. David Liu. Dr. Jean Lenos, hooded by Dr. Joe Lenos. Dr. Suzanne Lowe's, hooded by Dr. Robert Lowe's. Dr. Alexander Jordan Luna. Dr. Travis Benjamin Lysett, hooded by Dr. Kathleen Essel. Dr. Nilan Mani. Dr. Paige Corrine Matahasik, hooded by Dr. Coral Mattis. Dr. Lindsay Nova Mattis, hooded by Dr. Coral Mattis. Dr. Brooklyn Page Magoo. Dr. Saba Mara, hooded by Dr. Tarun Mara. Dr. Matthew Dow Miller, hooded by Dr. Christine Miller. Dr. Robert James Morrill. Dr. Charlotte Nauer. Dr. Brian Newyear. Dr. Matthew Joseph Nadoba. Dr. Anthony J. Nigro. Dr. Mahogany R. Oldham, hooded by Dr. Matthew Idachandi. Dr. Courtney Lohr, hooded by Dr. Deepa Mukundan. Dr. Vanessa Elaine Passadine, hooded by Dr. Selena Passadine. Dr. Adam Christopher Pasquinelli, hooded by Dr. Stephen J. Lochinhar. Dr. Henna Patel. Dr. Montserrat Quintana. Dr. Brian M. Rao, hooded by Dr. Jenna Rao. Dr. Tyler Reed. Dr. Eric Richard Reinhardt, hooded by Dr. Victoria Kelly. Dr. Cassidy Ray Regent. Dr. Amanda L. Riley. Dr. Benjamin Russell. Dr. Gayane Sakenya, hooded by Dr. Coral Mattis. Dr. Jake M. Sawyer. Dr. Megan S. Sawyer. Dr. Daniel Schertzinger, hooded by Dr. Matthew Schertzinger. Dr. Brandon Michael Sharkey, hooded by Dr. Jason Schroeder. Dr. Aaron M. Sheehan, hooded by Dr. Michelle Sheehan. Dr. Brittany M. Shook, hooded by Dr. Taylor Shook. Dr. David Sinclair. Dr. Andrew John Slumbarski, hooded by Dr. Kimberly Jenkins. Dr. Victoria Smith, hooded by Dr. Cheryl Lee. Dr. Victoria Sawerna, hooded by Dr. Tim Moran. Dr. Paige R. Spada. Dr. Hanley Spidell. Dr. Victoria R. Starnes, hooded by Dr. Joel Kammeyer. Dr. Matthew Robert Stojsevlevich. Dr. Claire Hyder, hooded by Dr. Richard Patt. Dr. Rebecca Lauren Sturgis, hooded by Dr. Lisa Sturgis. Dr. Adam Sayed, hooded by Dr. Tanvir Sayed. Dr. Michael Brager Takak. Dr. Iman Tasavor, hooded by Dr. Amira Gohara. Dr. Priya Thomas. Dr. Andrew Throckmorton. Dr. Stephen K. Waits, hooded by Dr. Deborah Bordley. Dr. Samantha Walken, hooded by Dr. Brian Price. Dr. Dean A. Walters, hooded by Dr. James Klaschinski. Dr. Janet Wong, hooded by Dr. John Wong. Dr. Emily Ann Warner, hooded by Dr. Thomas Roach. Dr. Nicole Kelsey Weiss. Dr. Miranda Westrick. Dr. Jacob A. Wexler, hooded by Dr. Benjamin Wexler. Dr. Kada K. Fellman, hooded by Dr. Jared Fellman. Dr. Michael Wong, hooded by Dr. Carl Wong. Dr. Vahid Yazdi, hooded by Dr. Bida Yazdi Hernandez. Dr. Carl Kenny Zacharias, Jr. Dr. Kelsey K. Zajac. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2024.
Congratulations. You may be seated. In order to show their commitment to the profession of medicine, the graduating medical students will now recite a physician's oath. Each year, the graduating class votes for the oath that they wish to recite and a classmate that they wish to lead the oath. The Doctor of Medicine class of 2024 has selected Dr. Linos to lead the recitation of the Oath of Hippocrates. Dr. Linos, the podium is yours.
Will the MD graduates please stand? Please join me in reciting the Oath of Hippocrates found on the last page of the program. Upon this day of graduation, as I seek admission to the medical profession, I do solemnly affirm, as did the ancient Greeks, by all that I hold most sacred, that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and its stipulations. To hold my teachers in this art equal to my own parents and extend to them the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction impart a knowledge of the art to my sons and daughters and those of my teachers and to disciples bound by covenant and oath according to the law of medicine. I will follow that system of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and the prevention of disease, and will give no drugs and perform no operations for a criminal purpose, nor far less suggest such thing. With honor and dignity, I will practice my profession, not permitting consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between duty and my patient. Into whatsoever houses I enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick and will hold myself aloof from every voluntary act of wrongdoing or corruption. Whenever I may see or hear in the lives of men which ought not be spoken aloud, I will not divulge, reckoning that such should be kept secret. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art respected by men in all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. Please be seated.
Thank you. At this time, we have the commissioning of our military graduates performed by Dr. Tom Sodeman, Professor of Medicine and Assistant Dean for Student Affairs. Dr. Sodeman.
President Postal, Dean Cooper, Dr. Harris, graduates, family, and guests. At this time, I'd like to call our military graduates to the floor. Let's see a second time here. Come on up. Thank you for allowing me to undertake one of my favorite tasks, namely swearing in new members of the Medical Corps. As this is one of the last tasks today and I'm standing between you and the end of graduation, I'll be brief. All of these new doctors you see in front of you have chosen to serve others, taking on the heavy burdens and responsibilities that come with this vocation and paying the price in terms of time spent studying, taking care of patients, sleepless nights, etc. Some have taken on the additional responsibility of serving their country in the military, with the additional price of the possibility of even more time spent away from families and training, conflicts, and humanitarian missions. Not everything is gloomy, and there are some trade-offs. For example, not having to decide what to wear each day, which is why we call it a uniform, working with and taking care of truly excellent people around the world, and this joke never gets old, the opportunity to jump out of perfectly good airplanes with a parachute, which we in the Air Force kind of frown upon. Grads, doctors, always remember you didn't do this alone. You had family, friends, and each other to support you in getting through school, and they'll be there for you in residency and the rest of your lives. Family and friends, thanks for being there for them. They couldn't have done it without you. And now, without further ado, attention to commissioning. Raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Soderman. At this time, I'd like to call upon Dr. Prajwal Hegde to give the medical student commencement speech. Dr. Hegde was selected by his classmates to deliver the address.
Everyone hear me okay? Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Whether you're here in person or joining us virtually, I'd like to thank you for showing up and coming together to celebrate the UT ComLS Class of 2024. It's impossible to summarize a journey of 4 years or longer into just 5 minutes, but I'll start with a quick recap. I'm sure we all remember our first day of lecture, learning about topics like progeria, a rare aging condition. Amidst the flurry of note-taking, that lesson on progeria was a lesson in perspective, an example of how a problem rooted in the fundamentals of biochemistry could change the course of someone's life. As we navigated the intricacies of biochemistry, immunity, infectious disease, and hematology, we grew more comfortable with the ebbs and flows of medical school, realizing that our potential didn't have to come at the cost of carpal tunnel syndrome. Eventually, we transitioned into anatomy lab, where we played the grown-up version of hot potato called Pass the Scalpel. As someone entering a non-surgical specialty, I showed great aptitude at this game. With each system mastered and each milestone conquered, like USMLE Step 1 behind us, we stepped into the clinical years. Here, we gained crucial insight into the real world of healthcare, solidifying our visions of the physicians we aspire to become. Despite the hurdles of board exams, including the dreaded Step 2, we have arrived finally at the precipice of our next great journey. And yet, despite all of our achievements, all of our persistence, our efforts, and our sacrifice, we still have doubts looking forward. Will we be good enough to make it? Are we going to the right place for us? Will my measly resident stipend cover a night out on the town? These doubts, unique to each of us, can be both fuel and hindrance. Because you see, doubt drives us to delve deeper, to question, to grow, yet it also binds us to our own achievements and the hurdles that we've surmounted. I know none of us are the same individuals who first entered medical school, and that's because while school is hard enough, life outside of it can be even harder. We have seen each other wither and then grow, bend but not break, fall and then rise. I know we have faced situations that have pushed us to the brink, whether it's regarding the health of our family members, the strength of our relationships, or just the doubts that we have within ourselves. With the level of burnout that we may be feeling, it's admittedly hard to imagine diving into something even tougher. But this class is an outstanding, remarkable class with remarkable people forged from the fire of the pandemic and resilient in character. The curse of the path that we have taken is that as soon as we have built our bonds, we are forced to diverge. However, I will leave Toledo knowing that I have never felt prouder or more strongly about a group of peers in my life as I have here. We were taught early on that physicians are not born, they are made. We were slowly but surely honed into doctors. Well, you guys are excellent doctors, and I can say that without a doubt. This world is going to be better with us on the front lines. I'm in no position to be advising anyone except, of course, my 14-year-old sister. But if there's anything I'll say, it's that I ask for you to continue to have a positive impact on other people the way that you've had on me and so many others. Remember also, when you're out there vanquishing disease, to look around and thank the people who have gotten you here. We would not be here without the support of the incredible faculty, hospital staff, office administration, and other folks that have worked so hard to help us get to this point. A special shout out to the clerkship coordinators for putting up with my frequent foolishness. Most importantly, remember to thank your family and friends for lifting you up in the worst of times and celebrating you at the best of times. It's been an honor learning and growing with all of you, and best of luck to all of us going forward. From the bottom of my heart, congratulations, Rockets, we did it.
Not often a student gets a standing ovation. Graduates, today's your day. Today we celebrate your accomplishments and opportunities for a bright future. Congratulations and my sincerest wishes for continued success in life's journey. Congratulations and thanks to the graduates' families, loved ones, their faculty, and mentors. This concludes today's ceremony. We ask the graduates, the class hooders, the faculty, and the audience remain in your seats until the platform party has recessed. We are going to stop the platform party. We're going to stop in the aisleway, and then we're going to turn to face James, who's going to take a class photo with the senior leadership. Thank you all.